Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Steve, and I'd love to introduce the panel. To my left, we've got Vilo, straight from Italy. He's got an agency called CROEvolution. In the middle, we've got the lovely Mechelle, straight from the Philippines. She has an agency called Fearless Orange. And to the far right, we've got the legend Sibi, an agency called HereWeGo. Let's get straight into it. So today, I'll walk you through how we approach funnel optimization from the first moment someone clicks an ad in their newsfeed, all the way through to when they complete a purchase. We'll break it down into three core areas: the creatives, landing page, and the entire paid traffic journey. Each of these plays a critical role, and together they form the foundation of a high-converting funnel. We'll also dive into what specifically allows a store to not just convert, but to actually scale sustainably with paid ads. Funnel optimization. I'm Steve. I've been in the online space for about 10 years and built a few e-com brands that cross multiple seven figures in USD. I also coach brand owners through Australia's best coaching program, Ecom Capital, helping them do the same, make money online. So a picture of me on the left, DJing, speaking in the middle, and my verified status with Shopify. So yeah, I've been doing that for 15 years, just on the weekend, just having a bit of fun, and I think that's how I get my creative energy. So we'll start off with, how do we qualify traffic from paid ads? And creatives is the answer. Insight: you have 3 seconds to impress your potential customers before they decide to scroll to the next video in the Facebook newsfeed. So we've got to make it count. So what do brand owners need to do? These are the 3 proven creatives brand owners should be using. So on your left, you'll see UGC video. In the middle, VSL, video sales letter. And on the right, you already know what this looks like, a static image. So let me break down what a high-converting UGC looks like. To the left, include captions always. On the bottom left, natural lighting to unlock authenticity. Just make sure it's not polished. Top right, ideal avatar for fitness products. And bottom right, using the product in its intended environment, so a home workout. So CRO from a brand's perspective, it's not just design, it's messaging architecture. So agency versus brand owner. There's a big difference between how agencies optimize versus how brand owners do. So brand owners have more context, more care, more emotionally invested. That can either be a superpower or a blind spot if you're too close to the product. The agency on the left is more design focused. They collaborate with the media buying teams to understand what angles are best performing. We then include that information across product pages, listicles, and advertorials via text, videos, or imagery. And on the right, we've got brand owners CRO, driving high-quality traffic, testing for product market fit, good creative, optimizing landing pages for each marketing angle. So we've got the man over here. We'll be talking more about CRO and pre-landers and advertorials. So, Vilo, go ahead.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Steve. Thank you very much for your presentation. First, before we start, a little bit about me. Founder of CROEvolution, we've worked with 7- and 8-figure brands to increase profitability through CRO and funnels. We've ran hundreds of split tests over time, and we figured out what works and what doesn't for every single niche out there, lots of different products, lots of different niches. Before we actually get into the optimizations and the CRO and what to actually look for when you're optimizing your funnel, why should you even use pre-landers? Steve also talked about advertorials and listicles. Why should you use them instead of just sending your traffic directly to the product? Obviously, for a lot of brands out there, sending traffic directly to the product works well, so why should you even do it in the first place? Both approaches obviously work extremely well in the right situation. The key to make pre-landers work is iterations. You need to test them out. You need to make sure that you're continuously iterating and testing out new stuff to make sure that your pre-landers are working, your advertorials and listicles are working. Obviously, this is not set and forget. You can just put up funnels and send traffic to your advertorials and listicles and just think they will work straight away. You'll have to test them and optimize them over time. So the few e-commerce funnel mistakes I see most brands making are 3, and they're right here. Sending all types of traffic to the same funnels and landers, obviously based on the type of traffic you're getting from different ad platforms. You need to send them to the right funnels, to the correct funnels to convert them. Second one is setting up funnels one time and never touching them again without testing out the selling angles, so the overall idea for the funnel, and then the headline and the offer. And the third one is a poor ad to lander match, so we need to obviously send traffic to a funnel that matches what's being shown in the ad and the creative, whatever is the type, UGC, VSL ad, a static, you need to make sure the message is matching between those. So starting from the top of the funnel, so the pages you send traffic to at the beginning, the first step in the funnel, we are going to go over these very briefly, just referencing again what Steve mentioned in his great presentation. On an advertorial, the 3 things you need to focus on. The first one and the biggest one is the kind of angle and the idea for the page. So what messaging, what type of angle you are targeting, what customer persona you are targeting for the problem you are solving. Obviously, your product can solve different problems, and these different problems have different personas you can target in your messaging. So that's the biggest one you're going to be testing. And then once you have that dialed in, you can test obviously your headlines, you can test your lead, the first few sentences, the top image or top video you have there at the top of the advertorial. Those are the most important things once you have the angle figured out. And then after that, you have all the other elements like your call to action, your transition from mechanism to product, and then how you introduce the customer to your product. After that, we have also listicles. It's kind of the same, the structure you have for optimizations on these pages. Again, the first and most important is the angle you're going for, and then you can go into the nitty-gritty with headlines. So kind of here mentioning in listicles 7 reasons or 7 ways, or mentioning a specific number of things you're going to walk your traffic to in that page, and this kinds of give them curiosity to go through and actually scroll and read about these points on the page, and that's what drives them to the page. And then again, at the later stage, once you have those 2 figured out, then testing out your call to actions and your transition to the actual product. Then middle of the funnel, after you move off from the top of the funnel, so advertorials and listicles, you have your product page first, where you send your traffic. After, you have a little before and after we did for a brand. Here, you want to focus mostly on the above the fold. On all of these pages, really what you want to focus on is the above the fold. So how you showcase your offer, in this case, bundles and subscriptions, making sure that the offer is clear. In case of bundles, price anchoring, in this case, since it's a supplement, price anchoring per bottle, showing the pricing clearly for each option. And for subscription, in this case, we want to increase MRR. So we want to show what benefits customers are getting by getting on a subscription, and then adding risk reversals, guarantees, and social proof around the call to action. Next step, the cart. Here, the optimizations you want to make are all around AOV, mostly. So order bumps, adding upsells on the cart, showcasing the offer clearly. Again, the thing you want to do on the cart is lowering friction as much as possible. And then moving to the bottom part of the funnel, checkout. Here, what you want to do, if you're on Plus, on Shopify, you can customize checkout a lot with checkout extensions, showing discounts again, showing the offer clearly, making sure customers know what they're getting for the price they're paying, reinforcing, again, their commitment to buy your product with social proof authority. And then after that, post-purchase upsells, something that's getting neglected a lot, but it works extremely well. And again, if you're on Plus, you can do this with post-purchase checkout extensions. Again, here, the main point is going to be the offer, what's going to determine your take rate on these offers. So downselling, upselling a product, showing a different type of offer, that's what's going to determine the most if your take rate is high or low, so what offer we're going to show. And then again, here, same kind of structure that works with pre-render pages is that you want to make sure your copy is on point. It reinforces the value of the offer you're providing. And then here, if you pull this off in the correct way with post-purchase upsells, huge AOV improvement and enhanced unit economics, obviously. Here you have, at the very end, some resources and gifts. I have 100 plus listicles wiped out for you. If you scan the QR code, you can access all of these things. Video of me building advertorials and listicles from scratch, and then breaking down some winning advertorial copy. Thank you.
Amazing. You had some great points about advertorials and mistakes clients make about with their stores. So before we go to Mechelle, what would be one key takeaway?
The key takeaway for me, like over all of this, is you see online a lot of maybe quick wins or things you can just add to your brand or test on your brand that will supposedly make your brand perform better. The key thing I would like to tell you here is iteration is the name of the game. You need to test stuff out. You need to optimize it over time. It's not set and forget. You can see all of these optimizations and things that we make here in the examples I've shown you. But for your own brand, you need to test stuff out. You need to iterate over time to find what works for you.
I love that. Here you go, Mechelle. Go for it.
Thank you, Steve. Hi, guys. Good morning. So today we will be talking about how to design a high-converting landing page. So this one is very important because having aesthetically designed landing page is one, but how do we make money, right? It's about making it functional. So before we start, I am Mechelle from the Philippines, and I've been a Shopify conversion specialist for 5 years now. We have launched 200 plus stores. I do help 7 to 8 figure DTC brands worldwide. So, okay, website usability testing. Anyone here have tried this strategy before? Anyone familiar with website usability testing? Perfect. So at least we have a few people who have tried this before already. So this is a process of evaluating a website's user experience by observing real users interacting with it. So as a CRO expert, for an example, I try to not be biased with my findings on the website. So this time we're like trying to get more people to do the interaction instead. So, okay. In order for us to do the website usability testing, step one is making sure that you know your brand's target market. So the age, gender, location, lifestyle, occupation as well. And the reason why we are starting with the usability testing is because we want to have a foundation on what to add on your landing pages, what to improve, what to change. So this is one of the best or one of the most effective strategies that I've done for most of my clients. Step two is looking for the right people to join you with the test. So again, make sure that they are your target market. Step three, you can schedule a call with them. 10 to 15 minutes is fine. And then in step four, you can record. The Zoom call, you can do this in person, but I do prefer doing it via Zoom. So I can record the reactions. You know, they can screen record as well. And then this is the most crucial part. You have to make sure that they are screen recording while navigating the website. Step five, ask them if they had difficulties doing a certain task, like checking out a product, and then take note of those. So these screenshots, they're in Tagalog, so you will not understand. But basically, these are the feedback of those people who joined me with the usability testing. And then step six, you can create a sheet of their feedback and add your observation based on the screen recordings of the participants. So this will give you an idea what to add on your site or what to add on your landing page. Step seven is, of course, applying the changes with the highest count and observe your CVR if there are any changes. So this is the recent testing that I've done this year from 3.07 to 3.54. This is for a supplement brand. Okay, now we will move on to the importance and best practices when building a conversion focused website. So we will be focusing on the homepage, landing page, and product pages. So homepage, this is very important. This can serve as the top of the funnel of your site. So this is crucial for a website success as it serves as the first impression for visitors. All right, so this is an anatomy of a high converting above the fold for the homepage. You can take a photo of this one. So from the left, we do have here the unique selling proposition and call to action on announcement bar. We do have here a long search bar to make it easier for customers to find the products that they're looking for. If you notice, Amazon, Etsy, they have a lot of SKUs. If you're someone with a brand and you have a lot of SKUs, this is very ideal. Next one is having a clearer main menu that serves as the main navigation for customers. Again, the reason why we do have the store is we want to make it easier for customers to shop, to find the products that they're looking for, like what is the best product for them. So as much as possible, we want to make it easier for them to shop from your store. Social proof to get your customers to trust you, tagline for customers to better understand what your brand offers, showing the customers the action that you want them to take. It could be, shop now, learn something, whatever that is. Feature review from your customer for credibility. And then the last one is a static photo that showcases some of the best-selling products. So this is the before and after of that specific site. You can definitely see the difference of this one. All right, and this is the result after the optimization of that specific brand as well. So from 0.88% to 1.45%. All right, let's move on to the landing page. So they are streamlined and direct, leading visitors to a specific call to action. Again, it could be selling something, educating your customers, whatever that is. So this is a sample landing page above the fold. It's almost the same, anatomy. This is their conversion rate. It's a jewelry brand. It's a 7-figure brand as well. And the reason why I'm focused on the above the fold of the pages, it's because whenever we use heat map and we do check the behavior of the customers, about 70-80% are making their decisions already on the above the fold of the pages. So as much as possible, you should give them the information that they need, the social proof, the USPs, the CTAs, whatever, in order for you to better convert those traffic. So product page, this serves as the primary point of interaction between a potential customer and a specific product. So this is for a consumable product. Anyone here selling consumable products? Supplements, body care, skincare? Okay, perfect. So you can take a photo of this one. As you can see here, almost same anatomy, social proof, product description, focusing on the benefits, supporting info. You can see here the nutrition info. Because if we do have people that are quite conscious with their health, they always check nutrition info. CTA, call to action. Instead of just saying flavor, we put choose flavor. It's like asking them to do something. And then we do have here clear quantity of the product per variant. How long will this last? Original price and discounted price, because people love discounts, people love promotions, people love saving money, right? We do have here CTA. The next one is USP, or unique selling propositions, like free shipping, FDA approved, etc. And then the estimated delivery date is very important because we're like setting the expectations of the customers already. So it's like a win-win between you and the customer. You will avoid getting messages from customers. How long will this, where's my order, for an example. And this is the conversion rate of this specific brand. That specific product page, though, is like 14%, but for the entire brand, it's like 5.28%. And earlier, like the video, it says CRO is a continuous process. It took us 2 years to get to 5.28%. So we started around 1.9% conversion rate and then continuously optimizing the site. All right, so these are my non-negotiables when building a conversion-focused website. Number 1 is highlighting the before and after. People buy transformation, they're not buying the product itself. So if you can show before and after of like the results from your customers, much better. We do have here USPs, or unique selling propositions, to encourage or push the customers a little bit more to take the action that you want them to take. For an example, add to cart, check out, learn something. More USP. I love this section a lot. It's like comparing your brand from other brands selling the same thing. I love GemPages because you can actually easily make this a specific section. Sell the benefits, almost the same with the before and after earlier. There you go. Even if you're selling consumable, what are the benefits of this one? Cleanse and nourish, exfoliate, rejuvenate. Just the benefits, sell the benefits. And then adding more social proof, because 63% of customers are looking for reviews before they buy something over the internet. So if you don't have any reviews, then you might be losing about 63% of customers or potential customers already. There you go, adding more social proof. And we do have here a 50-item CRO checklist that you can use. So you can maximize the potential of your store by using this checklist that I usually use for my clients.
Amazing, Mechelle. Excellent slides about design. It's basically just user psychology, right?
Yes.
So what's the key takeaway, one key takeaway?
Number 1 is, of course, everyone knows this, like CRO or optimizing your site is a continuous process. So you can use qualitative or quantitative research to do the testing. You should not hit the local maxima. So when we say local maxima, it's like the ceiling of conversion rates already. So if you think you are hitting that specific maxima, then you have to test more. So you can like get a higher conversion rate.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Now we got Sibi.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sibi, the founder of HereWeGo. Thank you so much, Steve, and also thank you so much, Vilo and Mechelle, for walking us through and doing all of the heavy lifting over here. It's going to make my talk a lot more easier. So a little bit about myself. HereWeGo, we partner with a lot of Shopify Plus and enterprise level merchants, and we are helping them scale beyond 7 figures through technology, design, and strategy consultations. For my talk today, I want to talk about how we can help brands go beyond the 7 figures. So it's wonderful to have a very well-built funnel. And a lot of times, Shopify, it has a lot of great defaults, but you're not really restricted to the defaults. And there are a lot of features you can leverage from Shopify to build over the defaults and truly create an experience that you want to deliver to your customers. So I want to talk about a quick example on what we did for one of the brands. To give you a little bit background about the brand, some of the issues that they were having was they were, back in 2022 when we started working with them, they were stuck at 1.5 million per month. And when it comes to the kind of products they were selling, they had one-time and subscription products, but their subscription product sales wasn't very high, and they weren't able to figure out how to make the subscription products outsell one time. And what happened was in 2024, we helped them scale from 1.5 to 5.3 million per month, and the sales of their subscription products also grew 3 times, and it overtook the sales of their one-time products. A lot of this really has to do with leveraging what Shopify gives you. Especially for Plus, you have a lot of features that you can use to create a truly custom experience. So this is how the product pages looked like. This was back in 2022. So as you can see, there are 2 products over here, a one-time product, which is a diffuser, and we have the fragrance oil, which is going to be a subscription product. And both of these products are paired very well together. But if you have the product pages by themselves, it's really expecting your customers to go and learn about these products individually. And also, there's a lot more clicks being involved over here. You're not making it easier for your customers to make that purchase a very seamless experience. And there's a higher chance of drop-off. There's information scattered across 2 pages. You're expecting them to do a lot of work. There's no clear discounts offered over here, even though there are discounts for buying these products together. And there's not a clear call-out where you guide your customers to buy both the products together. And this is what was implemented, and this is how it looks right now. So as you can see, both the products are combined into one product, but on first glance, you're going to think this is just one product page. And here's a closer look at how this product page really comes together. So the first point I want to highlight is, let your ads do the talking about the features. When you build all of these really good funnels, you are already showing the benefits and also what kind of experience your customer is going to get. Having all of those features as a description show up again over here is not really needed. So we minimized that, and we were just focusing on what the customer needs. Again, as you can see, they can pick up the fragrance oils right from this product page itself, so they don't have to jump between multiple pages. And finally, your customers value the experience they buy, especially for really bigger brands. They can go and buy a Sundar diffuser from any brand, but it's very important to call out the kind of experience they're going to get. For example, the ability for your customers to pick a different fragrance oil every month, or even have the delivery scheduled to their specific liking. These are some kind of experiences that a lot of brands don't offer, so enabling this is going to really help with conversions. So moving on from the product page, on the cart page, again, these are some very, very easy wins, guiding them to upsell from one-time to subscription, and clearly calling out what kind of benefits they're going to get from it. And at the bottom, as you can see, there's a mystery item checkbox. So it's important to price this mystery item appropriately. You don't want to make your customers think a lot before they are adding this extra product to the cart. So make sure you don't price it close to your original product, but a more sensible price, and that's going to give you a little boost. Moving on to checkout, again, very easy wins based on what products you have on the cart. You need to give them relevant recommendations and also easy one-click upsells to subscriptions. And moving on to the thank you page, there are two parts over here. So a lot of time when it comes to post-checkout, the first thought that comes to our mind is, okay, let me offer an upsell or a cross-sell. But there's another part which a lot of people don't really think about, which is how can I reduce the cost for my operations? How can I reduce customer service load? And for bigger brands, this is going to make a big difference. If you don't have to spend a lot of time and effort on your customer service, you are going to save some money over there, and then you can come to offering more benefits. I want to quickly just mention one of the points Vilo mentioned in his slide. He was talking about risk reversal. So it ties down very well over here on the thank you page. Let's say a customer comes in and they place an order, but they enter in a wrong address, or they've picked a wrong variant of a product. Now they're going to think, okay, I need to reach out to customer service and try to get this sorted. But if you're going to offer these options right over here on the thank you page and give them the time to make that change, then it's, first of all, they don't have to go through that whole flow of contacting customer service and making the change. They can change it all by themselves. And in turn, this is going to help merchants reduce the kind of time and effort they need to put into this. And on the right-hand side, you can see that you can also offer like a very tailored delivery date when you order a product. Generally, when we all go and when we order something online, we think that it's going to get delivered in a few days. But what if you're not home and you're only coming back next month? Giving the customers an option to pick a delivery date is going to be very beneficial. You get them to make an order right now, and you can ship it out much later time. And finally, of course, there are a lot of easy wins when it comes to adding products in the thank you page itself, and also upselling products. I'm sure a lot of you are already doing this and aware of this. And finally, I want to touch about how to really make your store really performant, and looking at the right metrics when you choose to make it very performant. When we think about a good performing site, the first thing that comes to our mind is making sure our site is very fast. And I'm sure all of you over here are aware of tools like PageSpeed Insights, and our instinct is to go to PageSpeed Insights and put in our store link and look at the scores. But that doesn't paint the full picture. As you can see, as an example over here, we have Skims, and even though their core web vitals are looking pretty bad, we all know how well they're doing. The key difference over here is when you look at these metrics on PageSpeed's Insights, we have to keep in mind that there are a lot of bots and crawlers who are crawling the site and then putting out these scores. But Shopify also have their own website performance reports that you can access from your dashboard. And the scores you see over here is actual scores from actual visitors who come onto the site. It's not just a bot crawling your site and giving the scores. So you will find a lot more relevant data on where you can make changes to your store and make improvements. So you will find this under the Analytics tab, very, very useful resource. And you also get quick pointers on where you really need to be focusing on and make improvements. So apart from this, of course, there are some easy wins and there are some improvements we can get from diving a little deeper. Your easy wins are going to be more like compressing the images, clearing out any unused apps that you have. And if you want to go a bit more deeper, then it's also important for you to make sure you size the images right. All of us get very attached to the product when we're building one and we have wonderful photo shoots, but it's not important that you put the 4K image onto your product page. You want to make sure that you're sizing it right. And also, when you grow to a certain level, you don't need to always keep using a lot of the apps. Apps are wonderful when you want to get started, but to improve performance, you need to start reviewing all of the apps you have and figure out what apps you can actually bake in to your theme code itself or bake into your store by default. Starting to build them and have those features included is going to help you not rely on a lot of apps, and in turn, that's going to reduce the kind of load that comes onto your store. And of course, if you're going to be on Shopify, you have access to Shopify functions, UI extensions, scripts. So make sure you use all of that. And it's important to remember that Shopify provides wonderful defaults, but we're not restricted to the defaults. There's a lot more we can do beyond that. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Excellent work for your client, Sibi. There are so many ways to make money for a business and also many ways to help them save money. What is one very quick takeaway?
The quick takeaway, again, is what I ended with. Shopify gives you a lot of wonderful defaults, but you're not restricted to the defaults. You can extend over it. And again, thanks, Miguel, for pointing out that you don't always have to think about upsells and cross-sells. Sometimes you need to look at operations and try to figure out how you can save some costs over there.
Thank you so much, panel. Would love to catch up with you all after the event. Do we have enough time for a Q&A? Cool. Any questions, guys? Someone will send a mic to you if you've got any questions. Excellent.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for presentations. Quick question. Have you ever seen a best practices when the CRO approaching based on every acquisition UTM traffic from the paid ad, which is the landing page should be adjusting based on the narrative that we are targeting, the ad traffic that we are acquiring from different sources? Thank you.
So the breakdown of that was you want to analyze the FB ad, so the paid traffic to the landing page, and analyze the...
So we have a lot of thief and the content that we should putting on the landing page, right? So the question is like, as an e-commerce brand, we acquire a lot of traffic from Meta and Google, even the different ad keyword that we are targeting. So have you any experience or suggestion that landing page should be adjusted based on every single UTM traffic that we are acquiring for the particular audiences?
So we are not adjusting specifically for like UTM parameters, like in the URL, we're not adjusting specifically for that. We look at the type of traffic that's coming in from the platform. So you make the example between Meta and Google, let's say. When you're advertising to someone that's coming from Google, for example, is someone that's looking for a keyword or someone that's looking for a problem or a specific solution for a problem they're looking for. And so you have to look at that difference and say like, how do I match what they're looking for with what I'm going to show to them on the page, on the funnel? So it's not about the UTM, but it's about the type of traffic. So for example, if someone on Google is looking for ways to solve knee pain, for example. It is there, they search knee pain or how do I solve knee pain, things like that. You need to match that keyword on Google, for example, with what they're going to get on the funnel itself, With Meta, it's a little bit different because you're exposing something that's cold, that's they've maybe not seen before or they have seen before, but it's a different mechanism, it's a different product, it's a different way to solve the problem. So you need to go based on that and not maybe on UTM parameters where it gets very, very in-depth. It's kind of more like in-depth optimizations that you make at a later stage. The beginning stage, you need to optimize in a bigger sense based on what the customers are looking for.